All of my friends say, girl, you better take care. Cause that man is trouble, you best beware. And though deep down, I know I might be headed for teardrops. Now that you got me started, I just can't stop. No.
Welcome to the vlog. We had to go get Marley stuff for her birthday. And now I'm doing an online pickup order. You remember? Yep, that was Saturday. That was Sunday we went to church, and that's today. Today is February 26th. So, whose birthday is it?
I put it. Wait.
Whose birthday is it?
Three more.
3 more, and then...
Mom?
Can you tell me whose birthday is it? Who are you making this for? Who's this for?
Marley.
Whose birthday is it?
Marley.
Marley's birthday? Can you tell her happy birthday?
Happy birthday.
Okay, we need to do our
I'm
pledge.
making this pickle for you, Marley. 2, 3, 4.
Ready?
0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Girl, what are these? What are those? 10,
20.
20, 21, 22, 23.
You're not looking.
22, 23.
You point to them.
20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, Peppery. 23.
What letter is that?
8.
Okay, good job. What's this?
Not grades. D.
D. D.
D.
D.
Where's the square with red?
It's right there.
Can we listen to it?
Oh, on my phone? Do your other work first, because I have to have my phone for this. What is this?
0.
Oh. What is this? Ostrich reads. Ah. Ah. Okay. What's this?
Tiger reads.
What letter is that?
Tiger reads.
What letter? T. What letter is this?
P.
Peacock reads.
P. Where are we going?
What is this one? Sterling went to her friend's house for her birthday, so I got Journey. So I'm bringing her to the park. What can you do? So we had fun at the park. We're home. Journey played with a bunch of kids. Is my chicken really stuck in there? Hold on. She wants your worm. So we ditched our shoes so we could stand in the grass.
It's nice over there.
Yeah. See, over here we have nice grass. Well, nice weedy grass. And the chickens usually don't come over here, so we don't have to worry about poop. Speaking of which, I said the chickens don't come over here.
Mom,
You can come sit on my lap.
Mom, should we sit down? We can grab grass for them too.
Chick, 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 chick.
Mom, I got some of this grass from the neighbors.
You did. Do you think they want it back?
We can't put it back because look, they have a bunch more.
You know what this is?
What?
These are wild onions. See if you can smell this.
Well, look, this is white onions from the neighbor. What's that whole pile over there?
The ones that look like this are wild onions. Here, smell.
Oh!
Smell like an onion?
Smell this.
Yep.
Onions?
Mm-hmm. Hi guys, so I'm downstairs. I'm gonna put a Band-Aid on. My finger is cracked. I didn't go to Zumba. I wore my Zumba pants, but I was gonna go to Zumba, but Sterling was invited to go out to eat with Marley. It's Marley's birthday. So if you don't know, Marley is like her best friend, and so I think I've showed her a few times on the vlog, but so she went out to eat dinner with her, and I just dropped her off. And so I felt bad for Journey, because Journey was like, I want to go. And so I'm like, I'll just swing you by the park. The park is right there. We've been to the park before, and yeah, so Journey played with a bunch of kids. I couldn't keep up with them all. First she was playing with this one boy, and then she was playing with this little girl, and this little girl had a little brother, but they both seemed like they were probably around 3 or 4. I mean, she was way smaller in Journey, but I don't know. And then she played with this other boy for a while, and she played with this other boy for a while. I don't know. Anyway, she's very bossy. And but I know some, because I've gotten comments on my vlogs, like I probably wouldn't understand it if I didn't have Journey. Like, I didn't understand like the whole spectrum of autism until I started to, you know, research stuff and like try to better understand like what, you know, because it's a spectrum. And I know when I first came out with, I thought Journey was on the spectrum, a lot of people were like thinking if you have autism, like you have to be a certain way, like she can talk and you can conversate with her, so she's not, you know, she doesn't have autism. Or I know somebody, my neighbor had autism, or my neighbor's kid had autism, and he, you know, so autism is a huge spectrum. You can have different levels. They just call it all autism. I know they used to give a name, what was it, I say it wrong, so I'm trying not to say it wrong. But no matter what, I will probably always, because back when they first diagnosed my best friend, her daughter, she had this, and they called it Asperger's. But I know I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but so they no longer give like labels. They just say you have autism, like you are on the spectrum. They do give you levels of like severity. Like if you are level 1, you know, it's very low, and level 2 you will require like some assistance and help and stuff. And then I guess it goes, I don't know how high of levels it goes. I just know like Journey is level 1 and level 2 on 2 different, like on her social level. Social is a 2, and I think overall on like understanding and that kind of thing was a level 1. So I don't know. We go for another check. We have to go back every year, actually every 9 months, to see the psychiatrist, and so we go there. I don't remember. I'll have to look that up. So anyway, so I can see things like when she interacts with other children, like how she she's very like, this is what we're doing. Like, there's no question. Like, she doesn't know how to be social. Like, she doesn't know how to read other people's emotions. She don't know how to be like, okay, like, if I say this, wait for a reply back like this, you know. Do you want to play with me? No, we're gonna play and we're gonna do this. You know what I mean? I hope I'm making sense. Like, we're playing tag, you're it. No, do you want to play tag with me? You know. And I know, you know, a lot of that comes from, you know, being in a social environment, and she can learn, you know. And we do go to church every Sunday. She does play with, she has her group of friends at church that, you know, it's her cousin Ellie Mae. That is like her bestest friend there. With her cousin, so we see her aside from church. And then like she has another little friend, Marklyn, that's there as well, that she likes to play with. And then there's like these 2 sisters that she does, and these other 2 sisters as well. So she has, you know, a lot of social interaction, you know, at church, like when we do church stuff. And then, you know, if we do play dates or whatever, she has there. But yeah, anyway. Oh, I was talking about the playground. Yeah, so she played there, and then we come home. And we were supposed to finish school. I didn't get through it. There's like, we have to do science. I think that's the last thing we had to do was science. So I'm like, we can just do that science page tomorrow, if, you know, and then it'll be fine. It'll flow fine. So we just went out and we played in the grass, and we fed, you know, collect the eggs, and we dug for worms and grubs. That's like her favorite thing to do, is to search for worms. And so we did that. We fed them to the chickens, and then it was time to come in and get cleaned up and start dinner. So she helped me cook dinner, because when Sissy's gone, it like disrupts her, you know, because she has, you know, it's like, I won't say a routine, but, you know, she's here, she's always here. And so if she's gone, if that puzzle piece is missing, it like throws her off. And so I didn't want it to seem like it's like thrown off, you know. So by taking her to the park, you know, she was occupied and didn't like, where's Sissy? I miss Sissy. And so then when we come home, we were outside for a majority of the time. And so that way she was occupied and not, you know, dwelling on, where's Sissy? And then when we came in, I was like, you're gonna help me cook dinner. So that she was like, okay with that, you know. And we made meatloaf. You know, she loves to get her hands, put a glove on and get her hands in the meatloaf. So we made meatloaf. And we had sweet potatoes, and I used my last can of carrots, guys. The last canned thing of carrots. So I did buy some. I do have to can those. I plan on maybe tomorrow afternoon or the next day I will peel them, cut them, and then can them. I don't know. It depends on how many orders I get done. Anyway, I brought down all, these are the cookbooks I will be cooking from this week. I picked a couple out of the 1984 Southern Living. I was upstairs. I'm waiting for dinner and my husband to get home, so I just kind of folded pages because I didn't have any way to mark them. And so I've got some in there, but I need to find a couple other recipes. So I brought down the Betty Crocker New Cookbook. If you don't know, I filmed where I found the older one. I don't know what year it was from. This one is from '96 though, but I have the other one that's kind of like in a binder. So what is that? What in tarnation? $100 bill I just saw. Oh, Northern Express. Okay, this has got to be... I've I've had to have this cookbook. I've had to, anyway, I probably had this cookbook. This is my cookbook. The only reason I say that is because there is a coupon in here for Northern Express Valvoline 10-minute oil change in Charlevoix, Michigan, and that's where my grandma's from, and that's where I live. And so I just wonder how long I've had this. Apparently I marked some pages. I marked some zucchini bread and grasshopper pie. I'm like, this has got to be my cookbook. Because of this. Because that would, what would the odds be? It would be very, very odd that if I found this cookbook around here. I could remember. Anyway, so I did bring back the crockery because I need a couple crock pot meals, and I think everything I picked out was not crock pot. And then I got my gooseberry. So this is my very first gooseberry patch cookbook, and this one is the backyard gatherings. I do want to get more gooseberry just because, you guys, come on now, come on, you know, yeah. It's just so beautiful. Like all the little illustrations in here, the little honey. There's a little oil lamp. Oh, did I share that I just love it. That I let's put this one down. I got another oil lamp from, so I bought 2 from the thrift store we go to a lot, but one of them didn't have the dome, the glass globe. So I looked on Amazon and I can buy them, and it was just like $12 to $14 for that piece. Actually, I think it was $14 for the piece. And then when we were there was another oil lamp, but it didn't have a wick in it, and I debated on it. It was $12. So I'm like, well, if I pay $12 for this, it's a chimney, and it's $19.99. Or here's 2 for $25.99. This was the one I was going to buy, $16.99. So it's like $16.99 for the chimney, that piece. And so it didn't have it, and I needed one. And then at the Goodwill, I found one for $5. I bought it. Fits perfectly. Good. And then when we went to Walmart, they called them hurricane emergency light lamps, and they had 2 of them. They're really cute. They look like little lanterns, and they were $4.50. So I bought one. It just runs on, you know, regular oil, not kerosene. So I'm like, there we go. If because there has been times that, you know, power's gone out, something's hit a line. If we get bad weather, it tends to happen. So I'm like, well, there we go. Anyway, I've got these aprons, so let me fill you in on my apron dilemma. So I have an order for a hot pink apron, and they wanted a hat with it, and I have tons of hats. I just didn't have a hot pink hat, so I'm like, okay. So I bought it off Amazon, a set that came with a hot pink hat, on Wednesday, and it would be here Friday. So I'm like, okay. So I printed off my shipping label so it could go out on Friday, and it didn't even show up. The apron didn't show up, and so I'm like, the apron didn't show up. So I check, and it's like, didn't even ship. I think I did show you guys that it didn't even ship. And so here we are Monday, and it still has not shipped. So I went ahead and purchased another one. It just irritates me because, number one, I mean, eventually I'll probably use all the aprons, and you know, but I didn't technically need to spend that money right now. Yeah, so the one I ordered will be here tomorrow. It's already shipped, but it was like $30-something. So it was this set here, and it was $30-something, $30.98. So I had to spend $30.98 in addition to the other. It was a different seller though. I don't remember how much I paid for it. And they won't let me. We'll email you as soon as this order ships. You won't be charged until then. Sorry for the inconvenience. I tried to, you know, cancel it. Carrier picked up the package supposedly today, even though it says it's not shipped yet. Oh my goodness. Your package is expected on the 26th. Delayed in transit, carrier picked up package. I have no idea. Anyway, I'm like, welcome to the vlog. It's grocery shopping day, but I want to tell you, Yolanda sent you $20 in Venmo last night.
Thank you.
So you can spend it. Hey, there's some
So you can buy your rats some
you can buy your cat food. She's like, well, what? So what? Is this good?
Can I go back to makeup?
Go back to makeup. Because you'd rather buy makeup than provide for your rats.
Where you going? No. My life is over. Does it ever work? Hi guys. So, I don't recall the last thing I vlogged. It was probably when we were going to the thrift store, I think. Or maybe it was when we were at the gas station. So on our way to the thrift store, the girls like to stop and get a slushie because this gas station is like right on the way. And we don't live that far from the thrift store, so you know, I was debating on going. Howdy, cowboy. I was debating on going, and then I just told Sterling, I was like, well, if we can do it fast, if we can do it in the next like 15 minutes. What?
Where?
Where what?
What you said?
I was talking about us going to the thrift store. Oh my gosh, your shirt is filthy. Anyway, I got cracks on my fingers. I had to put band-aids on so I don't mess up anybody's orders. But, so I was like, if we can, you know, hurry up, we can go. Because she asked if we can go. Get down, please. So, we went ahead. Please stop. Please stop. I'm vlogging. Goodbye. So we went ahead and went to the thrift store, and you guys, so it's kind of like dreary and rainy out, and so really I was like, yeah, I don't want to go, you know, like we don't have to go to the thrift store. And then I was like, okay, well, if we can hurry up and get there and get back. So we went, we got us an icy. Well, I didn't get an icy because every time we go, they're out of the Coke ices, which are my favorite, so it's the only reason I want to go there. But we went and I found a Dutch oven. So I've been on the hunt for one. I didn't want to buy like a new one. It can be quite pricey. Uncle Brian just bought one. I think he paid like $50, $60 for his. Anyway, so I just knew I'd probably find one. I found a casserole dish not too long ago, and I do have like 2 of the glass ones. Now, glass tends to cook things faster, but for my sourdough, when I use the glass, it doesn't matter if it's the blue glass or the white glass, casserole, I don't know if it's casserole. When it was purchased, it was called a glass Dutch oven, but I do know, like, there's a difference in the two. Like, it, something to do with the heat, I don't know, I looked it up probably 20 years ago. So I think a Dutch oven can withstand more heat than a casserole dish. I don't know. Actually, maybe I'll look that up. Anyway, regardless, I have been using the glass ones, and then I used the other one that I bought at the Goodwill. What am I searching? Dutch oven. Casserole dish. The casserole pot serves the same oven. The casserole pot serves the same purpose as a Dutch oven, but it is much more easier to handle due to its lighter weight. Unlike the heavy cast iron, casserole pots can be made of materials such as aluminum, ceramic, and glass. Okay. What is wrong with my... There we go. Can I use a casserole dish as a Dutch oven? You can use a casserole dish in place of a Dutch oven, but you cannot use a Dutch oven in place of a casserole because of its physical construction. What's the difference between a Dutch oven and a casserole? The invariable lack over arching handles, and unlike Dutch ovens, may come in quite small sizes and don't necessarily have lids. Oh, you're not answering. A ceramic casserole dish with a lid is ideal because a Dutch oven always has a lid. However, a glass casserole dish can also be a Dutch oven alternative. Simply use aluminum foil. Anyway, I don't know, but I made all the sourdough bowls, and I used 2 of the glass casserole dishes, whatever. When I bought the blue one, it was listed as a Dutch oven. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Anyway, so I have the blue one, I have the clear one, and then I bought a ceramic, I think it's a ceramic one. I don't know. It's an oval one at the Goodwill. And what's that smell? Is that you?
Yeah.
Something just... it smelled like somebody just sprayed something, honestly. Like, anyway, but making the bread bowls, the ones in the glass, turned out way better than the other one, the one in the ceramic. And like, I had no issues whatsoever with using the glass ones. I had no issue whatsoever with big batch doing sourdough bread. I was kind of nervous because I had only made like a handful of sourdoughs.
When you finish, can you help me look for the second walkie-talkie?
So I didn't know how it was going to go, so I just kind of guesstimated how much I would need. So I did my recipe times 5, and the funny thing is that we were going, I didn't know we were going to go to the thrift stores on Saturday. I know my husband said something about it, but then never like actually said we were going to do that. So I got up in the morning and I was getting ready to make my dough, and so I had already poured everything in, my starter, my water, I was getting my flour in there, and he was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm making my sourdough for the bread bowls." And he's like, "Oh, is that like gonna take you all day?" I was like, "I don't know why." He was like, "Well, I figured we were gonna go up to North Carolina and we could go to some thrift stores, but you know, if you're gonna do that, that's fine." And I was like, "Well, let me figure this out." So I was trying to decide on, like, I didn't know if, like, since I did my recipe times 5, if, instead of like when you do 1 and you have to wait an hour and then do your first set of stretch and folds, if it was like I had to wait 5 hours. But no, I said there's no, there's no difference in your recipe or your times or anything. So I was like, okay. So I mixed it all. I let it set while I went and took a shower. So it probably like sat for maybe, I don't know, half hour, because I had to get ready. And so then after I got ready, I went ahead and added my salt. So the way I have been making, I found a recipe. It was off TikTok, and I have it memorized now. So that is the one that I was using, and it was I think a cup of starter.
What is this?
You have to ask your sister. A cup of starter, and it is 3 cups of flour and 1 1/4 cup of water. So, and then a teaspoon of salt. So I, did that 5 times. And then, so you make sure your 1 cup of starter and your 3 cups of flour, and you mix that up until it's shaggy, and you let it sit there for an hour, and then you come back and then you add your salt. I know there's like 1,000,001 different recipes out there that can tell you how to do it, like, so many different ways, but this is just the one that no matter what, it always turns out good. So I know, there's nothing wrong with the recipe. So then after it sits, then you add your teaspoon of salt. Then you start stretching and folding. So in the past, I have stretched and fold like I think it's supposed to be like every 30 minutes, but I have done it like every, I might have done it at 30 minutes, and I might have forgotten, and might have come back to it like 45 minutes later and did some more, and then might have waited like 20 minutes and then did some more. So it's never consistent on like how many stretch and folds, or like how many times I stretch and fold, I should say that, So the big batch one, I only stretched and fold that sucker 1 time, and that was before we left to go thrift store shopping, to the thrift stores. And so I, put the salt, and then I did some stretches with it, and then I was like, I did like a couple extra, because I'm like, oh, I ain't gonna be here. So I did the ones that go like this, and then I did the ones where you pick it up and kind of like lay it over, and then pick it up and kind of lay it over on itself, and then put it in the fridge, and then we left, and that was it. And then so I wasn't even sure if it was going to turn out, because I'm like, but when we come back and I got the dough out of the fridge, it was, like my pan, it wasn't like that when I left. So it had rose and was just about bubbling over out of the pan, and it was really jiggly. It was funny because like when I was pulling it out, it was like the dough was like jiggly, like jello. Anyway, so I was, you know, it's like, I don't know if this is gonna turn out. So I'm like, do I wasn't sure what to do because I couldn't like make the little doughs, the bowls, the individual ones, and then put them back in the refrigerator. So what I did is I just brought the dough out, cut it up in pieces, you know, did my little folds, and then put them in the Dutch ovens and baked them, and they all turned out, all 9 of them turned out perfect. There was nothing wrong with them. They were all good. They all taste good. They were all none of them were like really super hard on the bottom or anything. It was just, they were just like really good. If I can add pictures, I'll add pictures because I'm looking at them and I have a lot on my phone. And then, so Sunday I just carved out the middle of them, and you know, everything turned out great. So my take on sourdough bread is there is no textbook to what you're supposed to do with your sour, you know what I mean? There is so many recipes. I saw so many recipes out there. Does it really matter if you do all the stretch and folds? I don't know. It might depend. I'm like, you know, it probably depends on your altitude. It might depend on your oven. It might depend, you know, on what you're baking it in. It, you know, it probably depends on all that stuff. And I think I kind of got mine down to, you know, I know what will work and won't work for me. But anyway, enough about sourdough bread and such. I have to get some work done. Now that these aprons have arrived, I have to make this apron, and I have to make ribbon trims, and I have to drink my spicy water. I haven't had it today. Usually we have it during school, but I was busy doing school and then started cooking dinner, which we had hamburgers, and they were delicious. But anyway, I need to get to work.
Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.